Come, gather round, everyone. They're about to talk Disney. I am still so confused as to whether I'm going to eat at Connections or Creations. So the only way I can keep them straight is I have to think, okay, well, my mouth connects to my stomach, so I guess that's Connections.
So I call Catherine to see how dinner at the restaurant is going, and she says, I can't talk to you right now. I'm talking to Mickey. So I'm like, okay, here's the big cheese, I get it. And then she says, hold on, he wants to talk to you. So she FaceTimes me, and I'm FaceTiming with Mickey as I'm getting ready for the podcast.
I don't understand why people spend hard-earned money on a Mickey ice cream sandwich in the parks. I mean, we literally all have ice cream sandwiches in our freezers at home. We don't have Mickey bars. From the mind and creator of the Disney YouTube channel Living in Diz comes a whole new Disney podcast. Okay, can we talk some serious Disney here now? Nope. Get ready for all the Disney knowledge that you can handle. It's Corey. It's Lawrence. It's the DIZPod.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello, and welcome to Soarin' over D23, the ultimate Disney fan event. My name is Patrick, and I'll be your chief flight attendant today. Hold for applause.
No,
No, I get it. I just read stage direct. Well, now they're not going to applaud because I've made this terribly awkward. In a few minutes, we'll embark on our round-the-world tour of the latest from Disney experiences. But first, I'd like to acquaint you with some important safety information. Now that you've taken your seat, store all carry-on items in the under-seat compartment. This includes cameras, purses, hats, lounge flies, lightsabers, Figment popcorn buckets, Thomas Kincaid paintings, light-up bubble wands, backpack Yodas, churros, Mickey Mouse premium ice cream bars, pin lanyards, and of course, these little beauties. Talked about this before. Next, fasten your seatbelts. Our flight takes us through blue sky, but it could get pretty wild up there. You're going to want to buckle up. Nice work, pal. If today's announcements don't measure up to your hype indicator, well, that's on you. Soon we'll be underway, so if you or your little aviators have a fear of breaking theme park news or seeing how we're soaring to new heights, you might want to exit now and just read the Disney Parks blog tonight. Okay, let's review. That is seat, metaphorical seat belts, carry-on items, super top secret announcements, frozen. Keep your hands and arms inside at all times, and anything else. Oh yeah, have a nice D23.
Corey, you're muted.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I love this. You know, I had my finger on the button to unmute, but I got so captivated seconds ago, I just took my finger off the button. That was an amazing opening at D23. I was live. I didn't get to see that opening to its entirety. That was Amaze right there. Loved it. So well done. And they brought back the guy, the original guy that, you know, in the video.
Yeah.
When he has to take off those little beauties.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Good opening. Outstanding. Couldn't have been better for this show. It's the D23 show today, and pumped up for sure, everyone, tonight. You are going to hear some opinions tonight. So we can't wait to get that going. And we have some special guests this evening as well if you're watching live. And if you're watching live, we are doing this live because we do it for all of you in chat. Hello, everyone in chat. I am seeing all of your comments there, and we appreciate them. Thank you so much for being here. And also, it's the ultimate coup, meaning we need to put the link in for all of you to subscribe to not Living in Diz. Sorry, that comes off the tongue so easily. At the DIZPod over, it's on YouTube. So at the DIZPod, and join us over there. We want all of you over there. We meet here, we gather, and then we go to the main meeting spot tonight. We want to get that channel surviving on its own, and we can only do it with your support, or run it on both channels. You could do that too. That's the ultimate. If you can run it on both channels, 2 devices, please do that. But if you only have one, please, is that better, Lawrence? If you only have one, yeah, that makes total sense, right? If you only have one device, then please go over to at the DIZPod on YouTube.
Correct.
If you're watching live.
Yep. Yeah, as he said, we're trying to grow that channel so that the DIZPod can live on its own there. So if you haven't subscribed, please do to that channel. But I'm going to put the link in now, so you can head over there. If you're watching on Living in Diz, head over to the DIZPod channel to watch the same show right there. Same show, same 4K, same opinions. Oh boy.
I love this. I love us in the little holes there. It's almost like the Muppets. Ooh, did I say Muppets?
I almost wore my Kermit the Frog shirt. Just saying.
I took a little extra long stare at my Kermit the Frog shirt for sure.
We will see what happens. So as Corey said, we have some special guests with us tonight. This is a big show with all the announcements, so we figured we weren't going to do it alone. So we have Rachel and Jessica from KeepinItThrills joining us, and I'm actually going to bring them in if I can find them. That's all right. I'll find them in a second.
You tucked them away.
I did.
So I'll just start with this. Hey, there they are.
Hold on. I'm going to switch you to...
Switch this to a different form.
Yeah.
Or on shorts form. This is only good for 30 seconds or 60.
There
we go. Welcome, y'all.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, we're so excited.
So
very welcome.
Tell us a little bit about you and your channel, and what your love of Disney comes from.
Okay, so basically, she was mostly the Universal girl. She did go to Disney, like she said, but I grew up going to Disney since I was like 2 years old, and then I stopped. My teenage years, just things changed, life changed, and then as an adult, I started going back again, and it still is like magic for me. I love it there. It makes me forget my problems, just like a lot of other people. So I love it there. I just love everything about it.
Yeah.
I like watching the changes.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous about the Country Bears changing, because I remember that as a kid. But I love it even more now that it's changed. I know there's a lot of controversial around it.
Yeah.
I was a little upset with Splash Mountain too, but I do love that change as well.
Loving it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I started going to Disney and Universal around 2000 or 2001. I can't exactly remember, but I just always had a love for it. We went every year. And then as an adult, I had my own money. So then I was able to, I lived in Tennessee, and I moved to Orlando last year, and I would come here all the time, and they were like, just move down there. If you're flying down there all the time, just move down there. So we actually met like in a little Disney group, and we decided let's
just do it.
Let's just do it. So we decided to start Keeping It Thrills, and it's been
going ever since.
Yeah, so much fun.
Wow. And so what are you doing? Are you doing live streams? Are you doing vlogs? Are you doing shorts? What's your content?
A little bit of both.
Live streams and vlogs.
Yeah.
Live streams recently, and then vlogs since the end of
like 2 weeks ago,
March.
something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh no, not vlogs, live streams. Was
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Vlogs we started at the end of March.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of challenges, and like we would throw in a little bit of information. We just have like a lot of fun on our channel.
We started on our phone, you know, we our first video was drinking around the world, which we haven't released. So that was like our tester video to see how we liked it. And I don't know if we'll ever release that. There was a lot of drink spills.
Just tuck that one away. Huh?
Yeah, we'll just tuck it away. That's in the archive.
Yeah. So, and then the way we started, we were just like, let's just do everything in Magic Kingdom in one day and see if we could do it.
We did it.
And we did it. That was our first video. And I feel like we chose a big one for that because it was all day. We rope dropped and we were there till like after it closed. An hour or two after it closed.
Wow.
So,
yeah, we were, it was a long day.
Wow. I'm tired just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Now we're trying to challenge ourselves to see if we can do it faster than we did it the first time.
Yes.
But we didn't use Genie Plus or anything, so we're not going to use Lightning Lane either. Yeah. So we're just going to hope for the best.
Wow. And what time of year was it when you did it?
Early March. So the park closed, I think, at 9 at that point. 8 or 9.
Yeah.
We were there from 9 to 9, so we had 12 hours to do everything.
Yeah, it was early March, right around the time spring breakers were starting to come, and we were bold.
That's great. Corey, could you imagine doing that?
Yeah, I could. I could, but I admire them for sticking to it and trying that challenge. It is a challenge because all you need is one ride to break down. So that worked in your favor. And, you know, we're all about strategies over here, and we want to do things like that. And I would automatically think things. So did you come up with some strategies going in? Like for me, I would be like, okay, we're going to stay away from Pirates of the Caribbean. We're going to stay away from Haunted Mansion unless some unexpected wait time drops like crazy, because I know I can get on those when the fireworks are done. So I'll pay attention to some other things, maybe a rope drop, mine train, and then it can be fairly easy peasy for a little bit.
Yeah, so we rope dropped in that video. We rope dropped Adventureland. So we did Jungle Cruise first. I actually like to leave Mine Train for the fireworks because even though, at least in my experience, the 3 or 4 times that I've done it, the wait time will say 65, but we won't wait more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, we waited 25 for Mine Train, and it was great.
We were shocked.
We were shocked, and then we were on the Mine Train, and the fireworks were going off. So it was really fun.
Yeah.
So
we kind of like, I tried not to zigzag, but it's impossible to do that.
Yeah.
When you're trying to do all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, doing the Mine Train when the fireworks are going off is as close as you can get to living a Disney commercial.
Yes.
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 We've done it many times over the years where maybe you're on a hill going up and then it's cracking over your head and you're like, yes, this is the best right here.
Oh, we had way too much fun.
Yeah.
I'm a big kid and I ride every ride like it's the first time.
Yes.
You gotta do, you know.
So,
even those haters that come in and they're like, I get it. Not everybody loves Small World and the repetitive nature of it. It doesn't bother me this much. I'm on it. I'm looking at things and I'm enjoying it and I'm showing it. That's it.
Yes.
I've been stuck on it for 20 minutes. That didn't bother me either.
I have not been stuck on Small World. Have you been stuck on a ride? And have you been evac'd?
I got evac'd off Splash Mountain. Like, this was a few years ago. I got evac'd off Splash Mountain. And I've also been evac'd off 3 times Rise of the Resistance in one day.
Very nice.
Whoa.
So, those are the only ones I can think about.
I've never been evac'd off a ride. We get stopped and people mover a lot. I think I counted one time that stopped one go around like 14 times.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, well, that's a record.
I'm like, we're not moving. It's not People Mover.
We're people, but we're not.
I bet that our chat could probably name how many things I've been evac'd off faster than I can. I can think of Figment. Figment was once.
Okay.
And what I did get to see was the feet that you see at the end. I always thought that was like a dome, like a wall. It's just a wire with some feet lights on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
At,
I was evac'd. What's that, Lawrence?
at Figment? I'm going to
Yes.
have that.
On Haunted.
That was for a
Yeah.
couple minutes, so.
We got stuck on Haunted for some time.
Mhm.
I've
But
never
that's
been
fun.
evac'd off of Haunted. That would be a great one to be.
I would
evac'd
love
off.
to.
Yeah. We got stuck in the it was right before Hatbox Ghost. In
Yes.
that room, in that tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, just so you know, the sound doesn't turn off when
It
you get
doesn't.
stuck.
No,
it just
so
keeps
it's
repeating
it's
itself.
repeating over and
I
over.
was like, yes, we want to join you. We will be the 1,000th
Yeah.
member.
Fine. I'll join. Yeah, but yeah, it's fun to get evac'd off of rides for sure.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite park?
Ooh. It changes so much.
Mm.
Fifth. Are we doing for like
Just Disney?
fun? Are we doing? Yeah, this is just Disney.
Okay, just Disney. Okay, because I was like, if you throw in Universal, I'm gonna have a problem. My brain's gonna explode.
Um,
Um,
for fun or for so
Oh.
nostalgia is Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. Yeah,
For fun, Hollywood Studios.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like the way that was answered because I get asked that question all the time, and I just feel like I have to always stick with the OG as the ultimate favorite. But it's so close for me between that Hollywood and Epcot. Like it's really, really close.
Yeah.
It's like 0.001
Yeah.
away. But yeah, good answer. I like that.
Yeah. And Hollywood Studios, I think, is because that's where we like officially met in person.
Yeah,
we decided
first-
to go to a park.
Yeah, so it's
So-
sentimental too, but it's
Yeah.
also just so much fun at Hollywood Studios. So, but our favorite Disney ride is at Epcot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Is that
So-
Guardians?
Yes.
Our channel was born 6 years ago. Very first words filmed was in the Hollywood Studios parking lot.
Oh my gosh, how
Yeah.
fun.
So cool.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
have sentiment to it as well.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
How
Yeah.
fun is that?
Wait, Corey, what's your favorite park?
Well, I always say Magic because it's the OG, but I really like what I know it's Rachel and Jessica. Rachel said it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ooh,
Rachel.
I'm so bad with names. I'm good.
Okay.
So Rachel said it. That got me thinking. So for most fun, gotta break this down a little bit. I never give an easy answer. So Rise is amazing. You got Smuggler's Run.
Yes.
My childhood I'm a Disney kid, but my childhood was Muppets and Star Wars and like it's all there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I might side with you for pure entertainment and fun and take the nostalgia away. I think I would have to easily say Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
Yes. And that's what my family would. Well, two. My wife and my son would agree with Hollywood, no matter what, to the moon. With Hollywood Studios, for sure.
Mine is Epcot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just-
And what's your reasoning behind Epcot?
So it's kind of a little of everything because Guardians, best ride.
Yes.
I like the World Showcase walkthrough.
Yes.
I remember in my childhood going to Epcot in the 80s and all of the science and technology and all that you just didn't see anywhere else. So for me, it's Epcot for those reasons. And Luminous is probably my favorite fireworks show now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great reasonings.
Jessica, what's your favorite fireworks show?
Put her on the spot.
It's what we do here. Lawrence and I put each other on the spot all the time. We come with surprises.
I haven't seen any fireworks show in all of Disney World. I mean, okay, I did as a kid, but obviously I haven't seen any of the new ones as an adult. And yeah. Rachel has badgered me for months.
We need to put her.
What are you doing?
She's never seen Happily Ever After from in front of the castle.
Yeah, like I've never sat down and actually watched the fireworks show, and I know that's absolutely insane, and I'm probably gonna get really just crucified for this, but it's, you know what, I'm going to, I promise. I was just a ride driven person, so I was always taking the time during fireworks to like rush to like every ride because it was low weights.
No, I mean, that's a great strategy, and it's a strategy that we've been starting to do here and there, because when you're live, it's no secret that your viewer count goes up around fireworks time. People know this, so your environment will increase. So, but there's times now where I'm like, you know what, if I want to go on Mine Train, you know, when I'm there during the week, I always show the fireworks. So there's going to be some Saturdays where we're just going to be like, you know what, we didn't get a chance to go on Mine Train today, so we're going to do that. And we may see some fireworks while we're on it. You know, I haven't done it at Epcot, but I have seriously considered maybe doing Ratatouille during Luminous or something like that.
For sure.
So it's a good strategy. Before we were live streamers, we were vloggers first. So we always did that. We were like, oh, we've seen the fireworks a million times. We would not watch Happily Ever After for like 2 months on end, you know, and just go on Mine Train. That was our thing. We had a pattern. It'd be like Mine Train, Pooh, and Ariel. That's how we're going to end the night, you know?
Yes.
You guys are doing it right.
Yes.
She still needs to see it, though. So.
I will. And I will sit down, and I'll probably be a crying mess. But it's okay. It'll be okay. She's probably going to live stream it. Who knows?
Happily Ever After.
You should. That's an event.
Time. It doesn't never fail.
Jessica's first Happily Ever After ever.
Yes.
That's your title.
Boy, oh boy.
There you go.
Yeah, Happily Ever After is a great show. It's great from in front of the castle. Little tip is not in the hub. Back a little bit so that you can see the projections on the buildings.
Yes.
So maybe about the clock is on the left, the bakery, Starbucks is on the right, somewhere right in there. You get a good view.
Okay.
And
yeah, I'm always across from Starbucks.
Yeah. Behind the castle is great, right by the carousel, because then it's going off all around you.
Yeah.
And then over by the water in Frontierland is a great shot, but you might want to hurry up and go see it there.
I did not even think about that. That's actually a really good idea too.
Yeah. Well, I wanted her to be in front of the castle so she can see the projections on the castle, and then another night go back a little further and back a little further, like watch it 3 or 4 times to be able to get the full experience.
Yes.
Right.
Because we've watched it mainly when we watch it behind the castle, we're like in between Haunted Mansion and the Tangled bathrooms. So we're like in that section there. But you can't see, all you see is the fireworks. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
And the music.
Yeah.
These days too, if you watch from behind the carousel, you never know what night it's going to happen. It happens more often than not, but Cinderella walks around and mingles with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Last few times I've been streaming it, and then from the bottom view of my eyes, I'm like, who is within 3 inches of my hand right now? And I look, and it's Cinderella. I'm like, oh, hi.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. So obviously we've got a lot of topics to discuss.
Yes.
So we're going to move into D23. Everybody ready?
Let's get into it. We are ready.
Chat, are you chat, feel free to I won't have the ability for some reason tonight to put up your comments. It doesn't look like. But continue to have that conversation, and Corey and I will call them out as we see some of your comments there. All right, here we go. We're going to start with the biggest announcement from Saturday night. We're getting a nighttime parade. It has been a long time coming, and I thought we might hear that they were bringing back the Main Street Parade, but I'm good with this.
Yes.
Something new.
This looks
Yeah.
incredible. It looks incredible just from this tease here. Lawrence, you know what? I'm disappointed in you. You know what? I didn't think of this until right now. But knowing you would have pulled the clip of my live reaction when this came down in the news, because I was live and I flipped out.
Yeah.
I flipped out. So, I was just like, what? No way. No. I turned the camera on me. I'm like, you all have to see me. And I'm like, I'm beside myself. This is amazing. I can't believe it. We finally got one. What I said, let's go. Let's go. And then Tom Brady says that. And we're Tom Brady fans. And my wife's like, who are you, Tom Brady? And I'm like, I'm just pumped up. I'm like, and that was the first announcement. I go, we don't have to hear anything else from Magic Kingdom. I am good.
I was not good with just that. I needed more.
I honestly was very excited about this.
Yes.
Definitely very excited. It looks so good already, just from the concept art and everything. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
So we're excited about it.
Yeah. So here's another shot of it there. Some of the concept art.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it is going to make Main Street just absolutely come alive. It looks like from the concept art, you have lights on the buildings. I wonder if there's going to be projections or, I mean, this is very different than when we had Main Street Electrical Parade. So who knows what they're going to incorporate into it.
That's good to pick up on that detail. So I wonder if they're going to line these buildings with lights now.
Or will it just be the lights that are already on?
Oh, they'll project them on there, yeah.
Or they'll do the projections. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm excited. I mean, obviously you can see in Kanto's here, I'm sure that's going to be one of the floats in there with the candle. It's going to be very nice.
Yes. So good. We love that.
So
Roderick Freeman in chat says it's about time.
Sticking in Magic Kingdom, as I said, if you want to see Happily Ever After from the water, you better get over there quickly, because we've got 2 new attractions coming to Frontierland, and they're going to be cars based. One kind of off-road racing, and then the other one they didn't give much information on, but they did say it was going to be geared towards the littles. So thoughts on cars coming to Frontierland?
We'll let the girls answer first.
Yeah, I felt like
I screamed on this one.
This one did excite me. I did feel like maybe it was coming, since Disneyland California has, a Cars Land over there. So I was like, they've got to put one. But did I think it was coming to Frontierland? No, not at all.
I thought they were going to put it in Hollywood Studios.
I thought so too.
Yeah. Corey, would you have thought the same thing? I know I thought Hollywood Studios.
I only thought this and expected it because of, a good source that I listened to. So I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting. Now, if you said, what do you think is more appropriate, fitting? Yeah, Cars belongs in Hollywood Studios. But I'll take this, and I'll take the theme. They're doing a good job with it. They're taking the mountains behind Big Thunder, and they're going to just kind of mesh that in, work that in with this. I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's have some fun with this. It's gonna be really cool to do this. And the concept art shows people getting dirty or the dirt kicking up. I'm thinking that's just concept art. They're not going to want the guests getting dirty.
Yeah.
But cool nonetheless, for sure.
Funny,
so
maybe smoke.
Yeah. Or yeah.
And of course, with anything ever announced about anything anywhere on social media, but for this particular purpose, we're talking about Disney World. people wanna lash out at things we take away. What do you girls think about sacrificing Rivers of America for this?
I
They don't
will
want to answer.
say,
So
It's
Rivers,
okay. This is a safe place. This is a safe place.
okay. I was like,
uh,
I'm okay with it.
No,
Honestly,
I invented the podcast. I'm sorry. I was gonna say I invented the podcast. See, I am natural when I'm live in the parks and all that, but there's a level of filter that I keep for the podcast because we got to keep
Yes.
people happy
yeah.
and everything while we're in the parks. This is a little bit different, just a little bit.
So
So let it fly.
it's we skip it. It's not our
Sure.
favorite. We can
Yes.
walk right past it and not even if it changed tomorrow, I probably wouldn't even notice. Like
Yeah.
if they took the boat out of the water, I probably wouldn't even
I think I
take a
enjoyed
second glance.
like that, like Tom Sawyer Island and like all of that more as a kid, and then like as an adult, I'm like, that's even more walking. I'm good. And then it's,
You have to wait for the bus, the
And-
boat. I mean,
yeah, and then you have to wait
And-
for the boat, and I'm like, but I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean is like a 15-minute wait. That means walk on. So let's go.
Yeah. Or do something else instead.
Yeah. So we just. I didn't mind it, I thought that would have been a better use for the space because I feel like it's such a massive amount of space, but not being utilized, I think, in the best way right now. So I feel like this is going to bring so much more to that area.
And it'll definitely
It
attract
is.
more people, too.
It will attract more people, and
Mhm.
I was thinking about this just before we went on. It's going. Look, listen, Tom Sawyer Island and the Liberty Bell. How many people did they really suck up for capacity on an hour-to-hour basis? Not that much. This
No.
is going to take a lot away from a lot of other attractions. So even though you may have a few more people in the parks on a daily basis, you're gonna see lower wait times, I feel like, for other rides because this is
Yeah.
going to take up some of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. We
Yeah, I
agree.
Like,
I think you're right. It's I didn't even think about that idea of you've got two big attractions that are going to take some people away from Big Thunder, from Tiana's, from Pirates and Haunted. There's going to be a lot more to do in the park rather than, like you said, I mean, Tom Sawyer Island, you're not getting many people over there.
No.
The riverboat, there's not going to be many people, waiting. There's those are two attractions. Think about it this way: those are two attractions that don't have multipass, right? And they never would have, right?
Yeah.
So not a e-ticket attraction. So to be adding two of them, I think is going to really help the park.
and to all those people on social media, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. You want to complain about Tom Sawyer Island going away? These are the kind of people that would complain if they came out and said they're going to change the shingles on the roof of Memento Mori. It's like, you've been there forever. You can't change that. What are you
Yes.
doing? This is unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
like, stop it. You probably never went to Tom
Yeah.
Sawyer's Island. You went as much as Rachel and Jessica.
Yep.
I haven't been to Tom Sawyer Island in like 2 years.
Yeah.
You walk around. Okay, it's cool. But when you're surrounded in Magic Kingdom with all this greatness, why do you ever want to go over there? So don't complain about that. You're going to get a much better experience in a few years with this.
Absolutely.
And someone said, right? And someone made a comment on X, I think it was X or one of the news outlets, right? They said, what am I gonna think now when I'm standing in the Haunted Mansion queue and I look over and I can't see the river and I can't see the boat? It's like, maybe you're gonna see some trees, but maybe you can kind of see a glimpse of these cars racing and blah blah, all that good stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Rivers of America, we have rivers all over America, so you can leave your home and you can go look at a river. You can go ride a riverboat. You can go on vacation. Stop it. Stop. That stuff drives me nuts. We'll complain about anything. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I think that they're utilizing that space so much better with the additions coming and to the point where, someone said, what are they going to be looking at in the Haunted Mansion queue? You can look at Haunted Mansion because I just feel like at this point,
That's what I was thinking. Yes.
I don't even
Yes.
look over that way. I look at, like I've never seen
The
the graveyard.
headstones.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've never seen the graveyard before. I look at that like I've never seen it before in my life. So
Absolutely. That
Reading
queue is so
content.
great.
yes.
That queue is so great. I mean, you should be looking at the Haunted Mansion queue and not
Yeah.
worrying about what else there is around you. It's here.
Yes.
The game is here. Focus on the game. So, yeah, I had to go on that rant. I was going on that rant to myself today in the car alone for like 10 minutes. Like, I got to bring that to
Yes.
the podcast. I mean,
Yes.
come on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I had more, but I forgot.
So we'll leave the park for a second. We'll talk about the cruise line adding 4 new ships to the already announced 4 ships. So they are going to expand to 13 ships, I believe that is.
Wow.
Have you done I know Corey has not. Have you done a Disney cruise?
No, we have not. We plan to do one, but we have not done one yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have not either.
I just wonder where all these ships gonna come out of, because there's only so many ports in the world. So it'll be interesting to know the itineraries. Did they even announce, did they tease the itineraries at all, or where the ports would be? I know ships move around.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's an outside chance. I said that I would probably never go on one because they're double the price almost of any other ship. But I have a connection now. So maybe I may be going on one for half price. So
Ooh.
yeah.
The previously announced 4, I believe, are Japan. And
Oh,
these
wow.
new 4 that they announced, they did not say where. So TBD.
A friend of mine is going for 10 days, I believe, from London to Florida. How about that for a trip?
Wow.
If I could spend that many days in the middle of the ocean.
Well, have you ever gone on a cruise at all?
I have, and I do get sick, but I still
Okay.
put myself through it. Yeah.
Yeah. We went on our first cruise this summer and it was just amazing. So can't wait to do that again. We had so much fun. I wish we would have done it earlier in our lives, but we got plenty to make up for. So.
Oh yeah, cruises are so fun. So much fun.
Yep, absolutely loved it.
So we'll head back to the parks and we'll talk about probably the largest expansion. Tropical America is coming to Animal Kingdom. We heard about this 2 years ago. This was Blue Sky. They gave a little bit more detail last year, but still left it as Blue Sky. And to me, I think that this fits there much more than Dinoland did. Just my theory.
I agree. And Dinoland was way too kiddish, if I could use that word. It was not that realistic. I mean, if we could have gotten a little more realistic with these dinosaurs, maybe some animatronic dinosaurs within the woods and things like that, yeah, then I might be a little more upset about changing that. But I'm a big Indiana Jones fan, so let's go. What do you girls think?
Yeah, I've never been to Disneyland, and she has. So I'm excited to see her comparison between the two, because she compares rides that are the same. Like, this one's better. I like this one better. This part better. And so on and so forth. So I'm excited for that. But I am super excited for Encanto to come.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for the storytellers. Like, that's my favorite part of the Festival of the Holidays, is going around and listening to all of the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see what they do with it. I know they said there was going to be, shopping and other things like that, right? So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see like how they're going to theme it to like fit both of them.
They did mention food, which I will be all about over there. And they did mention shopping. So yeah, I think it's going to be great. I think it'll fit very well. If you think about Animal Kingdom and the way they have Africa and Asia done, it's going to be very similar to that motif. So I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
No, I can agree because, you know, when you were talking about Dinoland and how it really didn't feel like it fit much in Animal Kingdom, I just felt like, you know, when you go to Africa and you go to Asia, like you feel like you were just plopped right into Africa or right into Asia. And it's just so, you know, incredible and like immersive, it feels like, because when I'm walking through Africa, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, you know, it does feel like that. And then when you're in Dinoland, it's, you know, I guess the theme was like roadside attraction.
Right.
But you know, to me it didn't fit well with Animal Kingdom, even though, you know, I'd been going there since a kid, and I, you know, loved Dinoland as a kid, and I, you know, still have like a love for it as an adult, but I definitely am okay with parting ways with it. And I did thoroughly enjoy Indiana Jones out in Disneyland, California. And then they did say that they're bringing it here, however, with a new storyline. So I'm excited about that. So I'm excited for these changes. I think, you know, giving that area, which we already knew that, you know, Dinoland was going to be closing, giving that area something else and utilizing that space even better, like, because it does feel awkward in that area, just kind of awkwardly, very much spacious, but not utilized well. It just, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. Let's touch up on chat for a second here. Let's see. Palm Bay wants to know what kind of ride system that they'll be using for the Indiana Jones. For that matter, I'd probably say, what ride system will they use for Encanto? We're getting it. That's an Encanto ride too, right? With the
Correct.
house, and supposedly the house is supposed to, the shutters are supposed to move, and the house is supposed to feel alive.
It is supposed to be an attraction for Encanto. And in the ride system that's at Disneyland California for Indiana Jones is pretty similar to the one that is in Dinosaur. So I'm gonna guess that they're gonna just go ahead and utilize the same.
I think it's going to be the same ride vehicle,
Yeah.
just with like different paint or
hopefully a little bit
different theming inside, of course, but
hopefully some refurbishment so it's not as rough.
Exactly. That ride is way too rough, man. And give us better signal. I always say give us better signal. So I found with new rides, we always get better signal for streaming.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
That's awesome.
So-
That's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
When you stream enough, I can walk you through every park and every section and tell you where you might lag. It's ingrained in you. It's ingrained. Even when you go and you're just going for enjoyment with no camera in your hand, like triggers go off in my head, like, oh, I have to refresh right here. And it's like, oh, wait, no, I don't. And I'm not live. Let's see. Court on Main Street says Indiana Jones in Disney Paris is a legit roller coaster, shoulder harness and everything. So I'm curious how they will do this one, if it'll be different than Disneyland California too.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same ride system, just a different story, from what I've heard.
86JB has actually been to Mount Everest in Nepal, so he's a really big fan of Animal Kingdom. How about that?
Wow. That's incredible.
I've been to the mountains in North Carolina.
Same. I was from Tennessee. I went to Smoky Mountains all the time.
Yeah, I go to Asheville. That's about
Benjamin Burton says Disney can turn your mood into awesome, and we agree with that.
Yes. So this
All right.
I thought was kind of interesting. The carousel coming to Animal Kingdom with wood carvers created a giant working carousel featuring his favorite animals from Disney stories. It's a new take on a classic attraction that young families are going to love. So you're still going to get, because Dinoland had all the, hey, they'll put a dinosaur in there, won't they? That'll be
I bet they will. There's going to be a dinosaur somewhere.
Yeah, there's
maybe
gotta
the
be.
good dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh.
bet they do a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I
All right,
heard there's
Kimberly
gonna
says
be Kevin too, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah, they did show like the little picture for Kevin.
For Kevin, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think the whole area is going to be nice. And now this one will be done in phases, starting very soon, but it is supposed to be done by 2027.
Definitely.
coming even faster than 2027 is going to be Zootopia Better Together. So if you love feeling those bugs crawling around in she's shaking her head.
No,
I've trained her, so whenever it comes, because she didn't want to do it for all day at Animal Kingdom, I was like, stand up, stand up, stand up. Move your butt away from the end.
Yeah. So if you like that, you're going to be upset that that show is going away. But Zootopia Better Together is coming to the Tree of Life Theater very soon. They said winter of 2025. So, I mean, really, that's just a few months. That could be by March or so, I would say.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna capture that in 4K, Lawrence. The Bug's Life. We got to grab that before it goes away.
Yep.
So we have that experience to show people.
Yep. Good idea.
Yes.
We did it for the first time recently. Catherine can remind me. But yeah, we don't normally do that one. And we're like, well, we know it's going away, so we better go do it. And so we did it recently. I think it was last year for the first time. All right, so we're going to move to Hollywood Studios. Monsters, Inc. Land is coming to Hollywood Studios. I did not see this one coming at all.
No.
We're so excited.
I screamed in this one.
So I was watching the D23 event being live streamed, and when they brought out Billy Crystal, right, they were singing the song for Monsters, Inc., and they brought out Billy Crystal. I was like, oh, this is going to be a Monsters sequel. But I'm like, but no, this is Parks and Experience. I was very confused as to why he was out there. And so when they announced this one, that was pretty big. That was pretty big.
Yes. Massive. That one just shocked me, and
we weren't expecting.
We were not expecting it.
Yeah.
We were expecting some of it, but definitely not that. Where do you guys think it's gonna go?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Because we have our speculations.
I am pretty set and convinced. Hey, I'll throw myself out there. I'll say two things. Muppet, and I could be wrong on this, but who cares? But if I'm right, I look really good. Muppets is going to be safe.
Okay. I thought you were going to say there.
Because I think what the plan is going to be is that you're going to I see the Monsters building back there. I see it as Launch Bay. And then these buildings over here, side to side, are possibly Little Mermaid, and the character meet and greet, the Disney Junior shows. It's that. And that's kind of what I think. And I think they're going to use that space because there is space to that side, I believe, to the right, that leads towards Rock and Roller Coaster. But do we think that this building is the ride? It's important to know. Do we think that that's the ride, the coaster in there? It's a weird shape there. So I don't know where they may put that. There's nothing really that indicates that it would be that, unless that building goes back far enough.
Yeah.
We don't need guessing.
It looks like it may. I personally think it will. But what's throwing me off in this, concept art is the water tower, because that's exactly what it looks like in Muppet Courtyard. That water tower there to the right of the left of the building. Sorry.
So yeah, you're right about that. This just looks too big to fit there.
Yeah, because it looks like it's got that playground there with that slide on the bottom left, right next to the giant eyeball.
Right. Yes.
So I don't know. But I definitely think the ride is going to be in that building.
I would think that would be the best place for me personally to feel like it would fit there in Animation Courtyard, and using the Star Wars Launch Bay building, and that we watched a couple of videos on speculations, and there's actually is it a studio's behind?
Yeah, where they used to have the old animation studio.
Behind
Launch Bay.
Yeah, Launch Bay.
So that's being unused.
It's being unused so that, it could be potentially there. The other part was sadly Muppets Courtyard, which I would be very sad about.
Unless there's a way that they can keep both of them there, but I don't know how that would work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually bring up Google Maps if I can.
Ooh.
Yeah. But so you'd be getting rid of Pizza Rizzo, Muppets 3D, and Mama Melrose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Muppets, maybe, there's enough speculation on that, but I don't see that happening. I think that they would keep the majority of that. I don't think you can get rid of no, I can't bring that up. So I don't think they would get rid of 2 restaurants, a quick serve and Mama Melrose. I mean, Mama Melrose is one of the hardest to get.
Mm-hmm.
Can't fit Monsters Inc. in just that other space.
That other space.
But what are we getting for food here? What would be the replacement? Are we at least getting a quick serve? We should get a sit down for that.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on
They could
the
be so
space.
creative. Yeah, they could be so creative with that.
So I can't share it, but I'm looking at Star Wars Launch Bay. That area is pretty big, and then
It's
like I
massive.
said that there's a road running back there.
And I think you guys said it last week too. There's an unused area between Toy Story Land and Rock and Roller Coaster. I really wish they rethemed it so they can just open it and just have the pig sauce all there.
That's what I heard a couple of years ago. What one of the strong rumors was to just expand all the way back there, and you could go all the way to Rock and Roller Coaster and retheme it. So when they first said this, I actually thought, oh well, they're gonna retheme Rock and Roller Coaster. They're gonna take that out, and that's where they'll put the Monsters Inc. ride, and you could just go Pixar all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
So
I wish they did that, but I don't see that happening, at least for now.
The only thing about Animation Courtyard is I think the fact that they just did the Little Mermaid show.
Yeah, they're redoing
that.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure about it, but
so
yeah,
here's kind of where I was hoping. This is on the other side of Galaxy's Edge, which I don't know how you would connect. I guess you'd come back. I don't know. But the
they make
cast,
a way.
yeah. But I spoke to cast members, and they're like, "Yeah, this parking lot could take you 10 minutes to walk from your car to clocking in." So even
wow.
they're like, "Yeah, if they get rid of that, we're good with that." And then here's the other area that you were talking about behind Toy Story Land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now that looks to be just a parking lot. I thought it was a deck, but it doesn't look like it. And then some buildings, and then there's Star Wars Launch Bay. So, this whole area went that you could fit a lot back there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could fit a lot back there.
Yeah, you
there's
could.
a lot of wasted space too for free meet and greets and props.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I feel like they can condense that.
So we'll see. A lot of speculation, obviously, but we're hoping they leave Muppets alone.
I hope so too.
So
Kimberly thought it would be Rock and Roller Coaster as well, but then once she saw the configuration of the ride vehicle, she thought otherwise. What do you think about that? An overhead coaster at Disney? Overhead track?
Suspended coaster.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I'm obsessed.
What do we think? Do we think this is going to be fast, or is it going to be more of Slinky Dog kind of speed where it is monsters?
I think it'll be a lot
I think it'll be a little more thrilling than Slinky. I think it'll be a good introductory coaster.
Yeah.
For kids that aren't of height for something like Rock and Roller Coaster. Because I don't think it has any inversions. I don't remember 100%. But I think it'll be good. I'm hoping that it has like a few launches in it. I think that would be really fun. Because you know how when they're on the door that it just goes sometimes and it'll slow down depending on who's pressing what button. So I hope it feels like that, but we're not entirely sure.
That'd be really cool. My favorite coasters are coasters that tell stories, right? The Mummy.
Yeah.
You know, the Mummy is amazing because it tells stories. It's one of my favorite. You know, that was my favorite coaster of all time until Guardians came. So it's just amazing. It tells a story. You go slow, you watch, you enjoy, you see effects, then off you go again. I could see this spot right here being where you kind of stop. Maybe Mike and Sully interact with you, and like you said, then maybe you just launch by them at that point. You know, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, this attraction, especially for a Disney park, is going to be absolutely incredible. I'm excited to see that one come to life for sure.
In chat, Neil says there are buildings behind Launch Bay that used to be used, and it is getting cleared out as we speak.
Good to know.
Neil, are you helping them move stuff out? How do you know that? Tell me, don't
Neil knows people. He knows people.
Yeah, that would be it's an underutilized area, and you could take the meet and greets and put them somewhere else.
Absolutely. It's such a big space for, you know, like what, 4 character meet?
3.
Like, is it 3 or 4? The lined up
3.
Yeah.
Wait,
and,
are you
like,
talking about
Vampirina,
Disney Junior? Oh, there's 4 of them.
Vampirina and like what is it, Doc McStuffins and all of that. It's
Nancy
such a large,
and
Fancy
Pluto.
Nancy and Pluto. It's like such a large space, and like most of it's just, I mean, it's a courtyard, so it's like most of it's just very open and not used. And I feel like, don't take away Muppets, but like use that area is perfectly fine. And you can just, you know, put the Star Wars characters in Galaxy's Edge. Yeah. So
I thought that was weird when they put them there. But
well, I think they do that for the sake of the timeline. Like Vader can't really mix and mingle with like Kylo Ren. So I have a way to solve that though. All you do is don't let them be seen at the same time. Like maybe you could mix it up, but then people would be like, "Well, Kylo Ren's ship is over there in the corner." Well, maybe you just have to make sure Vader doesn't go over there. Maybe keep him in safer places.
Yes.
Or create a building or something for them to go right next to Star Tours in the beginning of Galaxy's Edge.
Well,
that's something.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Simply just create a building to go in and meet them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have that stage that hasn't been used where they used to do the Jedi training, right? Is that what you
Oh, yeah.
On the corner?
Oh, yeah.
Building?
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
I don't know why they ever stopped that. I thought that was popular.
You know, talking about the animation courtyard, I remember we went there when I took my family for their first time. It was Christmas of 2020. So there were no character meet and greets. There was very little going on. And that animation courtyard was like, we just let Finley run around and burn off her energy at that point, because she was like less than 2 years old. And she run freely through there. There was nothing happening back there. I'm not saying it's that way now. And certainly when Little Mermaid opens, it's going to be a little bit busier. But you're right. I hadn't even thought about the meet and greets over there. I was talking about the Star Wars meet and greets, but we also have the Disney Junior meet and greets also.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know how busy those shows are every day, but that's another building.
It is. It definitely is.
We've actually never done the Disney Junior Dance Party.
We have not done that.
So we don't know.
We did it once. We did it once when I think it was that trip, maybe. And Finley was 2. That was it. What is that?
Yeah, Neil has a good idea. You know, if they change the idea of Batu, they can bring in all kinds of Star Wars characters. And I don't think it would take much to do that. I mean, you have Rise of the Resistance, you know, and you have Kylo's ship. If you strip those two things away, it could be any planet, any time, I think.
Where does
I'm not saying take Rise away, but, you know.
where
No, please no.
where does Mandalorian fit in to the timeline? Because he met at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Now
He
he's
meets like
clear on
around the
inside.
corner.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Isn't Mando like just after Return of the Jedi? I think he's in that kind of area.
I would think so.
So realistically, if
He's
I'm
before
right,
Kylo.
he wouldn't even be on the same planet as
No.
Kylo,
I think
right?
Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm lost.
she hasn't really watched Star Wars, but I'm thinking Mandalorian is before all of that. So before Kylo Ren and everything.
mhm.
So yeah, he doesn't fit in the timeline. So you still could do,
Yep.
you know, move the characters over there.
Yeah, I don't see why not. And like Neil said, they'll figure out where to put them, and people will flock to them. You could put them in Pixar Place. People will go see them. You know.
I would.
So, well, speaking of Mandalorian's coming to Smuggler's Run, and Grogu are going to be added to the story, just in time for their new movie that comes out in 2026. So Corey and I have talked about this. You know, will it be similar to how Star Tours is done, where you
That's
can, you know, you don't know which storyline you're going to get.
I hope so. I hope they do that because it's a ride that you can do once, and I feel like making it re-rideable will attract more people, and make like we can skip that ride when we go there, but by not knowing what you're gonna get may make people like us who go to Disney a lot want to do it over and over.
Well, technically, you can ride it 3 times because you can be a pilot, engineer, gunner.
That's true.
But yeah, like throwing like different storylines would make it more like just like a better like you said, yeah, re-rideability.
That's why we love Guardians, because we like to know we like to be surprised with what we get.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like it'll have the same effect.
Yeah.
And Guardians, you know, you ride in row 1 is very different from riding in row 9.
We love 9.
And, you know, and the songs add so much difference to it. Our first song was Everybody Wants to Rule the World. And while so many people do not like it, I like it because it while it doesn't give you the speed, it does give you this feeling of floating in air, right?
Yeah.
Which is different from Disco Inferno and Conga and what's the other fast one? Oh, September. You know, which make me feel like whew, you are rolling through there. So yeah, I think this would be different, and Corey's also said that said kind of the same thing with Soren, that you know if it changed, that he would like that. But Corey, have you decided, do you want it to be different theaters? So Concourse A takes you to California and Concourse B takes you to the world, or do you don't know which one you're going to get?
I think it's better to go with you don't know what you're going to get, just for line's sake, right? I mean, if you have something that's a little more popular than the other, you're going to get a lot longer line maybe for something than some of the others, in my mind. So I like the randomness, and you know, to take it to even another step, you know, how about you really make it random, not just like, okay, we're doing California, oh, we're doing the world, oh, we're doing New York City. How about, or California only? How about you can mix them all up, You know what I mean? One sequence, one time you go on, you might start out in Southern California, then you transition to New England, then you're in New York. Then you go on it again. Maybe you start in New York. Then next thing you know, you're in Florida. Then next thing you know, you're in China. Like, let's just do it.
Yes.
With the technology, it doesn't seem hard for the technology that's available to do something like that. And I say that for certain rides, like Lauren said. I say it for Soarin' all the time. And even though it's the same thing every time, it's one of my favorite rides in all of Walt Disney World. I love it. I try to go on it every time I'm at Epcot. I love multiple adventures for Smuggler's Run. Like when this comes, like, you know, it makes me feel, you know, they may just do Mando only straight up and that's it. And then it goes away. Oh, I don't know how they're going to do it, but it should be random at that point if they can do it. You know, you just don't know which one you're going to get, and then build off of that. Give us another one after that. I just like the randomness of things. It's more fun. There's several rides that they can do that with, and those are a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like that. And I not that I'm a big, massive fan of Star Tours, but just because it does make me a little sick. But I did like how it's different now, and each time and they added different scenes, and I think that that's just, I think it's really cool. And if they just kept doing it like you were saying, just kept adding, you know, different ones every, you know, now and then, it would be so much cooler just to have that randomness.
You want to know pro tip number 671? Sit in the front row and you'll feel it less.
Really?
Yes, try it.
Okay. Interesting. We'll have to try that for sure.
Yeah.
The back is a lot rougher.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yes.
He likes to give out pro tips, and he puts these numbers with them. And I looked at the list. He's actually copied the same number once already.
Oh, I'm trying not to do that.
I was like, what's the other 670?
Yeah,
I'm
like
curious.
I was like, wait, give me more.
It was
I like to make
$9.99. He used $9.99.
$9.99.
Yeah.
I like to make people think, and I'm hoping somebody's documenting these so we can put them in a book someday. All the tips I come up with.
Neil says, Corey, who sits in the front row?
Oh, I don't know. Those that are a little bit weaker. I don't know if I know anybody like that.
I
Not
would
for
do
you,
it.
Jessica.
At least they still get on the ride, right?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So
Neil's not allowed to talk to Tammy about rides. He's forbidden.
So we do have some smaller announcement that we'll go over as well. So Test Track, we got an opening date. Well, not an opening date, but an opening year, which, I mean, they brought it up, but we all kind of knew it was 2025. Still excited for this. Jay pumped his fists in the air because this is his favorite, my oldest son, who does not like roller coasters at all. In fact, I showed him the new Stark Lab ride that they announced. And he was like, nope, I'm out. He didn't even want to look at it. But this is his favorite ride, so he's excited about this one.
Does he do Slinky Dog?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. I got him to do Guardians, and he had his eyes closed the whole way.
Oh,
Yeah. But then
poor,
he got off
poor
and
guy.
he's like, yeah, you know, I guess I might do it again sometime. And Finley, she wrote it, and she was like, no. And then later on, she said, maybe when I'm older. So that's good.
By the way, Mando is right after Return of the Jedi.
Ah, there you go.
Like
Very
I said. And then Force Awakens comes many, many, many years later. So Kylo's probably, he may not even be born yet around Mando.
Yeah.
But I guess Mando could be older, but I don't think that fits with Force Awakens timeline wise.
And then we do know that it is going to call back to World of Motion. So I'm curious to see what Rachel and Jessica think the story is going to be. And then I'll tell you my theory.
That I am not sure about the storyline. I do remember World of Motion.
I'm
though.
glad you do because I don't. It was so long ago.
I
Like,
don't.
I think the last time I rode that was probably 2007. Like I said, there was a huge gap for me
Yeah.
in between when I went. So I think it was like, not to age myself here, but I think I was like 13. So honestly, I don't remember it.
I'm very curious.
From the concept art though, kind of looks like it's going to bring us through something more realistic, whereas they were trying to make something before Test Track 2.0, something more futuristic,
Mhm.
which is now outdated. So I think it's going to be able to stay this way a little bit longer. And I hope it does. Because that is one of my favorite rides at Epcot. It's probably number 2 after Guardians. But yeah, I don't know. We rode it for the last time we went through. The line was so long. We're like, nope, we're doing single riders. We don't care if we're separated. It's fine. So yeah, it was not as, I guess, enjoyable as it was when I was younger. Test Track 2.0.
It was rough.
Yeah, the stopping and
Yeah.
the brake checks, and I'm okay with it changing.
The brakes are awful on that ride vehicle.
Whew.
I think that the inside part, the dark ride portion of it, rather than like in Test Track, you used to go through, or Test Track first, you used to go through and do the little crash test, rooms. Now it's all of the other tests. I think they're going to replace that, and it's going to take you back through the history of the speed of cars and how you went from horse-drawn buggy to, gasoline engine or steam engine or whatever. And then it's going to take you outside again, which we know it's going to. But I think speed is really going to be the storyline there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, a lot better than mine.
Yeah, but like you think about it, like Disney's so good about doing things like that where they kind of break down a little bit of the history of something. I mean, you can look at Spaceship Earth and you can look at Carousel of Progress and things like that. And I think that they're so good about stuff like that. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a great concept, Lawrence. And Disney does listen to us, and the thing that they're beginning to do with these newer attractions again is get back to what Epcot used to be and what people want Epcot to become again, which is edutainment, right? Be fun and learn. So this would be another way to educate, which is a cool thing to appreciate speed throughout the centuries or the years. So that's pretty cool. So I could buy into that for sure.
We'll see. I hear, Disney right now is going back to the drawing board to redo Test Track into what I just said. So there you go.
Yeah.
They listen to us.
They listen. So if only. So also in Epcot, we're going to have a Spaceship Earth Lounge. So I showed this to Jay, and he thought it was pretty cool. Like if those lights actually do end up looking similar to that, I'll even take it one step further. What if they mirror the light show on Spaceship Earth?
I would love that. That would be so cool.
Wow. I'd sign off on that.
That would be a lot, but it would be so cool.
Sorry, Disney, I'm just giving you a bunch of work tonight, right?
With that, sitting there with your drink and watching Hermes, whatever. I don't even know if they changed it again.
Court has a great idea. Court on Main Street has a great idea. She says, I hope they make a drink called Thank the Phoenicians. For that matter, that's a great idea. They should just name a lot of drinks after Epcot attractions. So Lawrence was wondering, he asked me after they announced this, where do you think this is going? I can tell you exactly where it's going. I did before, but now that I'm really getting my first really good look at this concept art, this is the old DVC area. And if you look way to the right, what do you see? You see Figment, you see the land,
Yep.
and then straight out, you see straight down to America.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's where it is. It's up a little bit behind the new Walt statue. So that's where that's going to be. I don't know though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's cool. I have nothing negative to say about it. It's just, okay, it's a lounge. Like, how are they going to handle it? Is it going to be by reservation? I don't see it becoming first come, first serve, because you know what Disney's like. They'd have a line out to Spaceship Earth, like to the front of it.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how they handle something like this, because we have several lounges coming, right? We have this one. We have Tortuga Tavern coming over at Magic Kingdom, just as a tavern. So we don't have anything like this anywhere in any parks, right? We don't just have a tavern you can kind of just go into if you're not counting the World Showcase, right?
So ladies, let me ask you, since your first vlog was, did you say? Well, oh yeah. So drinking around the world. So would this then count as drinking around the world, or is it strictly the World Showcase?
The World Showcase.
Yeah, World Showcase.
All right.
Yeah.
But would I drink there? Absolutely. You're overlooking the World Celebration Gardens. I mean, and I think it's beautiful. So yeah.
So I had said after December, when World Celebration Gardens opened, I saw it in the daytime on opening day, and then at night opening day. And I said, yeah, if I lived in Florida, because at the time I was strictly working from home, if I lived in Florida, you would know where to find me Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. World Celebration Gardens. And then I guess from 5 to 9, you could find me up here inside this lounge. So yeah.
Yes.
So that'll be opening in 2025. I'm sure they have already started working on that, because it's not in the way of anything right now. So Corey did mention the Pirates theme lounge that is coming to Magic. I forget who it was. It might have been Jay who saw the anchor up top as the chandelier. I kind of like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, if you look in the back too, the back wall of the bar to me looks like the back of a ship.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. And then I guess it's you can see on the right-hand side behind Joy's hand there, I guess the entrance is going to be like you're in a jail cell.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the brig.
Yeah. And there's a pirate standing on top of the bar. So I wonder if you'll have some performers.
Oh, wow. That would be so cool.
I don't.
I mean,
know.
honestly, I'm worried about the size.
Yes. That was the first thing we saw. Like, is this the whole thing, or are they just showing us a piece of it?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they can expand, it's really not that big at all.
Yeah.
It's really small.
Yeah.
So we've talked about 2 lounges. Now here's my thing, and I think I'm wrong here. I love Olga's Cantina. What I don't love about it is the drinks are pre-made. I'm assuming these are going to be true lounges and the drinks are not going to be pre-made.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a bar.
Right.
But I know there's no liquor in Magic Kingdom, so I'm interested, except for sit down. So I'm interested to see what they do.
That's very true. I didn't think about that part of it.
Yeah, that'd be breaking a very big rule. Or not rule, but just the standard that they've stuck by.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Like if they're actually gonna have adult beverages, or if it's gonna be just fun drinks like Olga's Canteen, but themed to pirates that are non-alcoholic.
Yeah, because I feel like it can't be pirates themed without rum. Just saying. Just saying.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a true lounge with alcoholic drinks.
That would be fantastic.
We ain't gonna complain.
We're not gonna complain at all.
It's just confusing. Then they should have it everywhere. That's just
yeah. So we'll leave the East Coast. We'll head west. We won't spend. Obviously, we are a Disney World podcast, so we will talk quickly about these. But I thought they were important to bring up. First of all, my shirt is the Avengers, so I had to bring up Avengers. But I thought this was pretty cool. The two new rides they announced for California. They're also getting a Pandora. They're also getting a Coco ride, which when they started the announcement on that, I thought they were telling us they were replacing Grand Fiesta Tour. But it's going to California. And then the biggest one for me is the show with an animatronic Walt, which is, man, that is going to be phenomenal, I think.
Yeah, I kind of want to go over there just for that. So I told her, I said, now we can't go there until 2026, 2027, because I ain't making a double trip. But by then, there'll be more announcements.
Yeah, I will. And for Coco especially, I was so sad we didn't get like a Coco announcement, but it's okay. It's okay. But I was so happy for them because they got Coco. So,
yeah, I think of all of these, I think Coco's would probably be the one that I'm most jealous about.
Yeah, I'm very jealous.
I mean, obviously we know we can't have Marvel and stuff like that over here, but man, if they ever make that announcement,
it'll be
if they figure
out
that's Fifth Gate.
that's
Fifth Gate right there.
That's right. Boy, oh boy, if they figure that out, just pay Universal a bunch of money. Just pay Universal a bunch of money. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Pandora? It's not going to be a replica of what we have now. It's going to be based off the new movies, and Walt and Coco and Avengers.
Pandora looks so cool in their concept art. It looks really awesome, and I like how it's kind of like a darker like look to it, like a theme to it. I thought it was really cool, but the animatronic for Walt is kind of iconic.
Yeah. That's the one I'm jealous about the most. But yeah, I like that it's different. So make people go both coasts for Pandora to see both of them. And then Avengers, I know, is huge over there already. So I can't imagine. They said it was doubling in size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't imagine what that's going to look like. But definitely Walt, I'm jealous about. I want him. I want them to bring him to the Carousel of Progress. Put him in there.
So I'm going to bring up, go ahead, Corey. I'm going to do a screen share in a minute because somebody asked how to change their settings. So I'm going to do that in a second.
Sure. I like the same thing. I'll just reiterate with what the lady said, which is Pandora looks amazing. We already know what Disney can do with Pandora, and it's still jaw-dropping. And every time you go in, you got to stare up at the floating mountains and look at the waterfalls. And as I walk up the queue, I'm just amazed at what I see. So I'd have high expectations for that, and I think they would definitely deliver on that. Never done an official Avengers or Marvel ride that's been in a Disney park, so that looks amazing, and kind of like we may end up at Disney World next year, but don't mean to. But yeah, we're just gonna have to go back. We might be in the neighborhood, so we're gonna have to stop by. What I mean, next year. But like a real planned, like all out trip. Yeah, it would be nice to go when that is all done. I love Coco. I've seen Coco once, but I love Coco. I love the music and all that stuff. I have to watch the movie again.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great addition to PhilharMagic. I love it. They did a great job with that.
Yeah.
And would really, I would love for them to have put this in Animal Kingdom as well. Couldn't we have done that?
Oh yeah.
Right?
That would have fit so well, and I just love Coco so much. So like, it kind of hurt me a little bit. I was like, oh, it's land, not world.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
Yeah, no offense to Encanto, that's a great soundtrack too. As a matter of fact, I enjoy that soundtrack more than the Coco soundtrack. But yeah, it'd be nice to fit both of those things in there. And again, the Walt animatronic is just unbelievable. Just a long time coming. And yes, if one park's going to get it, Disneyland, that was his park and they deserve to get it first. But I would love for us to get that at some point. Yes. And who knows where that's going to be? Do we even know where that's going to be?
Yes, they said there is a theater, I believe.
On Main Street, right?
Yep. And then I believe after it's there, it's going to alternate with Mr. Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Neil says that Walt can be in One Man's Dream, which is actually the first place that I thought of it, over in Hollywood Studios, where you have the, really, you've got all the stuff there in the museum, and then you have the movie, which is great. I've seen it a couple times, but think about replacing that movie with Walt standing on that stage.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect.
Yeah. That would be great. So maybe we get it now. I guess kind of in Magic Kingdom would probably, make more sense, but we'll see. So let me share my screen real quickly. So if you're watching on a PC or TV, should be the same way. TV will be a little bit different. But you can go to your settings right here, the gear wheel or the cog wheel, and change your quality to the highest quality, which for this broadcast is 1440, which is not 4K, but it's 2K. So yeah, you make sure that you do that because all of our broadcasts from now on will be in as high as quality as we can get.
Are we 4K tonight?
We are 2K tonight.
Oh, when are we 4K?
I don't know. We should have been 4K tonight, but I don't know.
We got to bring like galactic 4K.
Yeah.
Were you thinking? What were you thinking when I put up the graphic when we were live the other night, and I said, we're coming to you with the D23 show on Wednesday night in galactic 4K, and like that was the graphic. Jacob looks at me and goes, what is galactic 4K? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have all kinds of names I make up. It's the creative side of me. I mean, we'll come up with more. Galactic 4K was just the one I came up with first.
Well, it's podcasting without the G, and I meant to ask you, was that on purpose? So I just went with it. Like, oh, he meant to do that.
Neil in chat says some folks only have 1080p. Not in these days. Everybody has a phone, so everybody can get 4K.
Yes. My phone, funny enough,
I think he's thinking about TVs though. But
yeah.
Still, any devices.
My phone was defaulting to 720 for forever, so I have no idea why.
Yes.
I stream. My personal phone, I keep it down to 720 when I stream, just for the theory that I don't want it pulling in the area of the streaming phone extra data.
Makes sense. Ross and Found says he streams in Special K. He needs his 5.
He's very special.
Yes. So, chat, I want to thank you all for being here. This was a great show with all the announcements that we covered. Let us know what was your favorite announcement that we covered here. I really think the parks are going to be great with everything that was announced so far. So we'll see what.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who now is the fairest one of all? You poor simple fools.
Ah! With their hands!
Now shall you deal with me?
Lawrence, first, I was going to say first, the villains take over D23, and now they take over the DIZPod. What?
Yes.
I was ready to end the show. I thought we were done.
I know.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, we weren't going anywhere without talking about villains. I mean, come on. Villains Land coming to Magic Kingdom. We were not live when this announcement was made. But Corey and I were on the phone on his drive home.
I was driving home from the park.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, yeah, Josh tomorrow's on stage, saying goodnight. Yeah, it looked like it was a good event. It's definitely did not expect everything. And as I'm saying this to Corey, that same video cuts in and interrupts. No, it was a different one. Interrupts Josh tomorrow, and I was like, "Hold on, wait. The mirror just interrupted. Hold on. I think we're getting something else."
That was great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we're excited.
I legit cried.
Yeah,
I cried.
Yeah, it was like happy tears, but excitement, and like I was shaking. I was so excited just because
I called her and I was like, "You wouldn't believe what just happened." Our wish came true. They heard us crying about it for so long.
Yes, we were just praying.
Once we got the cars though, I was like, "Oh, that's it.
right.
We're done for. We're not getting it this time."
Yeah.
And then they did it, and I was like, "That was it." But they're doing it was for so long that I feel like a lot of Disney fans have been asking for it, and now that it's finally coming, I am super excited. I wish my hope for it is that they'll have villains roaming around, kind of like how they do Stitch in Tomorrowland. I feel like that would be. I understand why they don't do it because it's Disney World is a very highly populated vacation spot. But I hope that they can get to that at one point. Because my favorite part of the parks is character meet and greets. So not being able to meet them is going to break my heart.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be meet and greets. I think maybe not in the beginning will you have roaming characters because it is going to be overwhelming. Because we have waited so long for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I do think that there'll be, indoor meet and greets kind of like you have with the princesses. Even if that's just temporary and then there are outdoor meet and greets later on. But they did announce restaurant and shopping and 2 attractions. Is that right?
2.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they did not tell us what they were. So I'm guessing.
Well,
go ahead.
one looks like a coaster.
Yeah.
we were watching speculation videos at the top left of the screen, and then in the water, like it looks like a coaster vehicle. I don't know. It kind of looks like water. The green area at the bottom in the middle.
Yep.
So
I see it. I see it. Ooh, I'm getting even more excited.
the other attraction, though, I'm not sure. I haven't actually. I don't want to get too close to see the concept art, but I haven't inspected it very well. Besides that part that I saw,
and we do know obviously that this is going to be beyond Big Thunder. And one interesting thing I heard today was that with cars going to Rivers of America, is this land going to be bigger than we would have expected? Right? Because maybe this is all of Beyond Big Thunder. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. But especially from what I can see, they've got that castle that kind of reminds me of Beauty and the Beast castle up on the top. And the coaster looks like it, like I said, goes from over there to in the water. So I don't know how.
It looks pretty big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, I think it's going to be bigger than Cars and Monsters Inc. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll have to cover it some sort of way with Big Thunder, and I think that's what those trees and rocks are for all the way around, to kind of so you're immersed into it, and then you can't be immersed into anything else around you. I think that would be the best way. That's the way I would like them to see them do it, but I'm sure they'll surprise me with something.
Well, this would be the better scenery. You know, when we were talking about Cars, I was just automatically thinking Cars was going to go where Rivers of America is, but it would be a better view from Haunted Mansion. If you feel like you can't look at the Haunted Mansion queue and you have to look somewhere else, you can look over here into a little bit of this area. So it could be spooky all around for you.
Yeah.
And then, Cars will literally be behind Big Thunder, which makes more sense. So,
So,
yeah.
we know there's going to be shopping. We know there's going to be dining. I'm sure there's going to be quick serve. I'm sure there's going to be snacks. Neil wants to know, will Corey eat the poison apple if there's a pass discount?
Yes, because if you eat the poison apple, then the only way to be saved, does anybody know the only way to be saved from eating the poison apple?
You have to get
It's true love. Yes, it's true love's kiss. So if it means Snow White has to kiss me, then I'll be eating a lot of apples.
If you mess around, I get a dwarf. I don't know.
And I say that because we ate over at oh gosh, save me, I'm going blank. We ate over at Wilderness Lodge.
Oh, 1900? No.
No.
Storybook?
Storybook.
Yep.
And Snow White came over and she's like, "Oh, are you enjoying all of the, desserts?" And I think it was Neil that said something like, "Oh, he tried the poison apple." I'm like, "Oh my, what happens or whatever?" And she's like, "Oh, you just need to be saved by true love's kiss." And I went, "Oh, okay." Snow White became my second favorite princess at that point. Nanny Pooh Bear says you'll be dead first. No, I'll look like I'm dead, but then she'll revive me because Snow White looked dead, right? Until she was kissed.
Oh, Steve says
maybe my true life's princess will come, and that's Tammy, and she'll give me a kiss. That works.
Steve
that
says
works
if you eat the poison apple, then you don't have to eat the Wookiee cookie.
Oh, I'll eat 5 poison apples before I'll ever eat a Wookiee cookie. Have you girls ever had a Wookiee cookie?
Yes.
We actually like it.
No.
Wait, which one?
No, the one at Backlot Express.
Oh,
yes.
Maybe we didn't try that one.
No, it wasn't that good.
It's a no-go for you.
I only ate the chocolate.
Yeah, the little
sash.
chocolate sash on the top. That's
thing.
all she ate. I bit into the cookie and I was thinking it was going to be so good, and I was disappointed.
Sorry, Neil.
You like that one? I got confused.
No, it's the
Yum Yum,
pie-
the Num Num cookie.
yeah, in Starbucks and Hollywood Studios.
Oh, the carrot cake.
Oh,
That-
the carrot cake one?
Yes.
That's what I love.
Okay, that's where I got confused.
Yes.
Sorry.
That is so good. And now that I think of that, you know what? Do they sell that in any other Starbucks? I feel like that's the only Starbucks they've ever noticed it in.
No,
Like, you
they
can't
only
even
have
get that
a
Magic Kingdom.
caramel one. They have a caramel one over in Epcot in Germany Pavilion at the caramel Kuchen, whatever that
Caramel
is. I don't know what it's
Kuchen,
called. That place. That's what it's called.
We do that a lot. This is why we vlog.
And this is why we edit.
We can edit it out. We're like, what is it called? Wait, I need a second.
Yeah. Yes.
So, I feel like I'm going to know the answer to this, but of all the announcements that they made, what was your favorite?
Villains.
Yeah. Villains all the way.
Yeah.
Corey?
No.
Yes, I'm going to go with Villains also because it is just so different from everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so different from everything else. So this will be my most anticipated event. And Cars is going to be a lot of fun as well. Really excited for that parade, though. I am. That's going to really change some things. It's going to change how we stream. You know, going to have to stream that parade a lot of times. You know, right after the fireworks, before the fireworks. So, do we think that did Disney? We knew that the Villains was on the table for a bit, and it's been a few years now since Epic Universe was announced. So, do we think that Disney following through with this concretely had much to do with Epic coming out with Dark Universe?
Absolutely.
We have to cover
1,000%.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
Epic. Thank you, Epic.
So,
Yep.
Corey did an episode of the podcast, what was that, 2 months ago maybe, where we basically, I think the title was Disney Must Respond to Epic. And so I'll ask our guests, do you think they responded? And where does it then place them? Are they still where they were? Are they now still behind Epic? Especially for someone who's a Universal fan.
Universal girl. Yeah. So personally, I think they did. I have a feeling she's gonna say no.
Look at that face.
I think they did deliver. I think they did. They added so much that could have. They added so many things to each park that could have made its own gate. Like, so they just separated everything. Yeah. I'm not saying, hold on, let me correct myself. I'm not saying that every announcement they made could be its own park. I'm saying they made enough announcements to make another park.
Right.
Keeping It Thrills is broken up today.
And I don't know if I want to be near Epic when it first opens. I think I want to wait 2 or 3 years because there's no way. Like, to walk around is fine, but in order to get in a line, I refuse to, like, as locals now, I refuse to wait more than an hour for anything. So unless it's my first time doing it, which would be my first time doing it there, but I can't. That's the whole park. That would take me 3 weeks just to do everything.
Right.
Like, it's
it's like you said, it's as your first time, then everything is at least an hour wait. And I mean, something's probably going to be full.
Probably more than that.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll do virtual queue because they did that. They used the virtual queue a lot during the pandemic. For even like Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon, that one had a virtual queue. So I'm sure they'll use that, especially
for Hagrid's. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you think they delivered?
Okay, let me preface this by saying I absolutely love both theme parks very, very much. So I can't say that one did better than the other because I feel like they both did equally great. bringing so much things in there. So I do think that the villains was a great response to Epic Universe, especially with Dark Universe coming in and, you know, Universal Monsters being there, was a big thing. And I think that they delivered really well with to the already, you know, existing theme parks. So I think that they did really, really well on their response, and I'm excited for all of it.
Corey?
I think Disney did respond, and I think they responded in a big way. If we're just talking locally here,
Yeah.
we got to go back to our wise guy, wise friend in chat, who talks as much in chat as he does in person, and we love that. And you know, you and I talked about on the way home, Lawrence. They really did respond. They don't have to. It's Disney. They're always going to have a bigger fandom than Universal. It's not even close. And their IPs, you know, Disney has their own stuff. Universal has to buy IPs. You know, Universal struggles with a thing of their own. And I've wondered about that with Universal over the decades. Like you have a park, like create some things that can dominate your parks, and they really haven't done that. They really haven't done it. It's the kind of movies they make. It's kind of weird for Universal Studios to have a park, because over the last 20 years, I mean, what have they really come out with that's theme park worthy overall? You know, every time Disney comes out with something, it becomes not everything, but it can become something in the parks.
Yeah.
Or you wonder sometimes, you know, is the park motivated by the movie, or is the movie motivated by the ride? It works so much better for them. But I guess I was getting off track. But I think Disney responded in a big way. Look what they're doing to Magic Kingdom. This is going to be incredible. They don't have to create a fifth park to respond. Maybe at first we thought they did. I know I thought that they had to, but now that I see what they've done across the resort, they answered, and I think they feel confident that they're going to be just fine. Universal may win out a little bit in the beginning because it's going to be a while, but you know, there's three types of fans, right? There's Disney fans that aren't into Universal. It's the families, Universal that much. They have kids probably under 10. And then you have the teenagers and the older, you know, people 20s, 30s, 40s that just love Universal, and they're not that much about Disney. And then you have the in-betweeners, which I think I'm an in-betweener. I love them both. You just got to put your hat on and different mindset when you're in one park or the other, because they are so very different, but we love them all.
Yes. No, I definitely agree with that statement. I think that, you know, Disney responded so well, and I'm excited to see what's coming. And, you know, them utilizing the spaces that they already had was, you know, genius. And, you know, things like that. So let's just bring it all on. I'm excited for all of it at this point.
Yeah, we're going to get so lucky. SoCal Haunts and Parks says the response before they announced villains was negative. And once they reversed and said, yes, it's coming, to the whole mood of the panel changed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they wanted that to happen, kind of tease people, and then boom. Yeah. So they did it perfectly. They announced it perfectly, for sure. And Neil said competition is great. So in Orlando. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I still think I want a fifth park, though. But it's just not going to happen for a long time now. You know, I wouldn't expect an announcement like that for another 6 years or something like that, 8 years, because of all the work that's happening here. I'll tack on one more thing, Lawrence. I have mentioned in recent weeks that it's time to do an overhaul at Tomorrowland. So we didn't get any of that. And it's time to smash, and start over again. We can keep the people mover, but everything else, we can retheme, we can redo everything else. But that's not going to happen for about 10 years. That's the next announcement.
All right, I muted Corey's mic. I muted Corey's mic. He's now muted. No.
The Carousel of Progress is my favorite. I know that's
no.
odd.
I know. No,
She
it has to
loves
stay.
it.
People Mover and
So-
Carousel do have to stay. I'm with you. That has to stay.
Okay.
I will
I'm-
tape myself to the wall if they try
Rachel
to
was
do
gonna
Carousel.
come to this camera. I honestly,
Because-
I was like holding her back, like, don't go to the camera.
She challenged me that I have to ride every seat in the Carousel of Progress.
And she'll do it.
And there's 240 seats in each theater. Oh, now I only have to sit in 240 of them. I don't have to do that times 5.
How would you
But-
know?
Oh, I'm going to keep a map of it. I'm going to keep a map and do it. Yeah, I'm going to learn a lot of stuff, a lot of details.
But there's multiple sets of seats though. So how will you know?
Oh, I'm going to make like a map. Yeah.
She's gonna chart it out.
Yeah,
and
then
just like mark them off
I
as
do
she
them.
goes.
Mhm.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
Some sort of order, but it's going to take me a couple months to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm
She can do it
determined.
though.
Just a little
I
bit.
love that. You should
So-
document that.
All right. So Corey talked about Tomorrowland. So here's my question for everyone. We know what we got this time. We know that it was more than we thought. What will we get next year?
Well, it's every 2 years, right?
Well, there's one essentially every year. Oh, did we lose our guest?
Or Frozen.
Are we?
Yeah,
Can you
or-
hear us?
Yeah.
Like
we-
I'll spend on it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Our,
Yeah, we're
our
frozen.
faces frozen? I don't
Yeah,
know. Okay.
I'm going to take you off the screen and then just say something. Let's see if I can still hear you. Oops.
Hello? No, we're still there.
Yeah, you're still here. Look, I'll switch. to
Okay.
it. All right. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. That's fine.
Yeah, it's like we're bringing him as a photo. So there you go.
I'm glad it.
What do
I'm
we
glad
think
it's
we'll get?
not
I don't-
that picture.
I don't know. We got so much announced this year. I can't even imagine what they could even say next year or the year after. What could they possibly do?
So Disney, Dina, that's exactly what I was thinking, is that next year's D23 is just going to be an update on the projects. So
Mhm.
you kind of got a teaser with Villains. So we know that there's going to be 2 rides. So maybe next year we find out what the rides are.
Mhm.
Maybe next year we find out where Monsters Land is going.
Right?
We'll find out soon. But I'm trying to think of what else we kind of got that was big. Well, Cars, they didn't announce the second ride for Cars.
Yeah.
And so I guess we'll get more details on Cars and Villains for the most part. And then even Tropical Americas. So I think it's going to be a play on what we saw this Saturday. Yeah.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I think we're gonna get dates. I hope we get dates. Like this is opening, this day, and just because they're gonna have to in order for people to plan vacations to come and see it.
Mhm.
So I think we're gonna get that next.
I think they might wait a little longer because if you kind of see what they do, even with Tiana, right? They really didn't give, didn't they? It came really close before they committed to summer of 2024, wasn't it? Wasn't it maybe? I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. 6 months, 4 months, 6 months before we kind of got that real idea of when it was coming.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
You're right.
Well,
And even then, they didn't really. I mean, how close was it till we got the actual date? Were we like? I feel like we were maybe 10
Like a
weeks
month
off.
I feel like
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think they did a great job. I mean, the night before was a lot of the movies. So there was the official trailer for Moana 2, the teaser trailer for Snow White. Incredibles 3 was announced. Toy Story 5, the teaser came out. Frozen 3 was announced. Zootopia 2, I think we'd already knew about that one, right?
It sounded kind of familiar.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel like they didn't like say for sure, but it was like this is in the works.
Yeah.
We're thinking about doing it.
And then Ilio was announced as well, and that will be in the summer. So
That was the one I knew about before they announced it. That was my little secret.
gotcha. I know where you got the from.
Exactly. I have insiders in Pixar.
Uh,
that actually a friend of a friend who has had his hands in Inside Out and now Elio, I believe. Okay, go ahead. What was I going to say? Oh, I was just going to say that I'm excited for that Snow White movie. That trailer looks really good. I think
it
that
actually
has great
really
potential
does.
for live action Snow White.
Yeah, I think the changes that they made are going to be well received, so much more than the original. Oh, and then Stitch, we got to see Stitch, didn't we?
Yeah,
The
live
CGI
action.
looks incredible.
Yeah.
He looks incredible.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they did well with him. Freakier Friday, they announced that.
Yep.
And there was a teaser for Fantastic Four. And there was just a lot. The Star Wars Skeleton Crew. The first look at that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a great D23, and we certainly had a lot of fun Saturday night with all the stuff that was coming out. I actually thought about staying live after you ended, and just kind of doing the announcement. So maybe next year we'll have to think of that.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun from Disney Springs. Just as the announcements came in, talk about them.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do that next D23. You and I will just stay live, and then you can kind of join in mobile.
That sounds good.
Yeah. See, this is what we do on our show. We actually do production notes during the show.
Hey, whatever way you can get it done.
Good plan.
So, so I put Rachel and Jessica's link in the chat again. So make sure that you head over to Keeping It Thrills to check out their channel and some of their challenges. What has been your favorite challenge that you've done for each of you?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, it's in between two of them.
Yes.
I would have to say we rode Guardians of the Galaxy for 7 days straight to see like what songs we got and things like that.
Okay.
And we also did every single row on Velocicoaster. So that one was really fun as well.
Yeah.
How long did that one take?
3 days.
Yeah, it was 3 days.
Okay. All right.
We utilized early park admission to get it done because everyone runs to
Hagrid's.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it was really fun, and those challenges were definitely, I think, really educational because we could kind of talk about like our experience on, especially Velocicoaster, like talking about our experience in each row, like what rows we thought were best and what we thought were not the best rows, because there's a couple. Yeah. And just like our experience in each one, like versus the back few rows versus the front few, and it was awesome. It was a very fun challenge and pretty educational.
Yeah.
So
I have a different answer though.
Oh no.
Yeah. So we did a challenge. We made this list, with points and stuff, with how like doing this will give you this amount of points and so on and so forth. So the Magic Kingdom one was my favorite. It was our first one of that kind. So
it was a versus
we
challenge.
took two different paths. She was more ride driven and I was more character driven. And characters, you'd have to watch the video to see who won, but it was a lot of fun. The interactions that we got from them, like I'll just tease. So I went to go meet, in Storybook Circus, the
Pete's Silly Sideshow.
Pete's Silly Sideshow. Sorry,
Okay.
That's my and I can't even think of the name. I went to go meet them first, and I told them, specifically Goofy, I told them that I was in a competition and that I need their help to win. And if she comes here, try to distract her, take a long interaction, do what you got to do. And then she went there, Jessica went there, and Goofy told on me.
Yeah.
He told on me.
Yeah.
He said, she said he stepped back and because we both have, the pocket camera.
Mhm.
So he stepped back and was holding it. And he's like, I know there's not a lot of people with that camera. And it was the best.
It was definitely very funny.
Because she came back to me and she was like, you did me dirty. I did do her dirty. I did say that she was going down. But yeah, that and Guardians, of course. But I like our games because it's different, we film separately for that. So going the back and forth between cuts, I think is really fun.
Not fun to edit, guys. Not fun to edit.
It's not fun to edit that. But I think it's fun visually. Sorry, I should have rephrased that. But yeah.
So Catherine wants to know, do you prefer Velocicoaster at night or during the day?
Night. All the time.
1,000%.
It's so good. It is so good. But I will say, do not knock doing it first thing in the morning either, because first thing in the morning is actually pretty great as well. Just, starting off your day with a thrill. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see the park. It's mostly empty at that point. But the lights on at night are definitely something. So do both.
Yeah.
Pick a different road each time you go.
I have only done it once, and I will do it again. That was a lot of fun. I don't normally like inversions, but that was a lot of fun.
Oh, yes. I scream every time.
Now, do we have to watch the video to find this out? So don't spoil it if so. But what is the best and worst rows to sit in, or do we have to wait?
I mean, the video's out already, so if you want, we can tell you. We don't mind, but I would still say watch it just because.
Yeah,
we talk about each one.
Yeah, we talk about each one separately, but it depends on.
Let's pick one. Let's pick one good one because there's several. Let's pick one good one and one bad one.
I think it depends on your mood, honestly.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a thrill,
then
definitely the back.
11 or 12.
If you're looking for a little bit of a smoother ride and I guess what's the word I'm looking for?
It's still a thrill, but just not as
crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't whip you around.
It doesn't whip you around as much. You would do the front row, and then I would say avoid row 10.
Yeah, avoid row 10. I got really sick on it. That one, and I think 8.
8, yes.
There's 3 rows. I don't remember exactly. I
have
to even watch back my video to know.
Yes.
But
yeah. There was
I did put the link to that specific video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So chat, if you want to go check them out, absolutely. That I like the idea that a lot of their vlogs are different challenges. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We have a lot of fun filming those, but it is it's long days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when we're stuck on one ride.
Corey and I and our families did the 4-park challenge, and our stipulation was also 4 forms of transportation.
Yes.
2 rides in each park, a food or snack, and a picture in front of the icon.
Oh,
okay. We did something similar. The only thing we did different was we only had to do 1 ride, and it had to be from a specific list. So we picked
more popular
attractions at each park, and then we had to meet Mickey in each one, which was great.
Yes.
Yeah, and we did that with our husbands actually. So
yeah, that video actually came out this week. But yeah.
And we filmed that a while ago, so
don't judge us.
It was bad, but not bad, but
you could tell we were new. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. I loved the 4-park challenge so much, and I think later on down the line we might spruce it up and throw in a little bit more twists and turns.
Yeah. So
So yeah, you have 45 videos posted.
Yes.
Corey is at like 1,200 or something like that. And he still makes mistakes. Just ask him what the lyrics are to Haunted Mansion. Don't worry.
Grim Grinning Ghosts.
See?
Come out to socialize. Now I can't. Yeah, I have too much music in my head. I just can't learn any more lyrics. But throw up a song from 1983 and I'll give it all to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But Lawrence, that's a crazy number. So imagine all the editing that I have done. Like I have touched every single bit of all of those videos.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's man, that's incredible. Just we're thinking about just our like 45 of them,
and that includes shorts.
Yeah, and that was some shorts, and I'm thinking about getting down to 1,200 of them, and I'm like, oh, the editing sounds quite brutal.
Actually, Corey, I take it back. It's 1,500. 1,500.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
A good amount of them
more
names, but yeah, that's quite a bit. So
that is.
This is episode 60 of the DIZPod.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
60.
And we're
going to 500. That's our goal.
We have 440 more to go.
We're gonna drop the mic.
Not these though, because these are expensive.
Yeah. We'll place them down nicely.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank Rachel and Jessica for coming on the show and helping us out talk about D23 tonight. This was an absolute blast. Thank you both so very much.
Thank you so much for having us. We so appreciate you, and we appreciate everybody in the chat as well. Thank you guys for letting us come on here and talk, and we are so excited. And just check out our page with anything. But we just love the DIZPod so much. So thank you guys, so much.
Like
this is a dream come true.
Yeah. And you'll see us pop up in the chat.
Yeah, you
whenever
will
we
see
get
us.
a chance to jump in.
Yes, typically if I'm editing and I see you guys, hop on live, I might try to check over on you guys and see how you guys are doing, and I'll do that every now and then in between editing. And this is a dream come true for us. So thank you.
Oh, you're
so very welcome. We're honored to have you guys.
Yeah. What's funny is I will always remember the first time that you came into chat. Corey was at Storybook Circus.
Was it Magic Kingdom?
It was at Magic
Kingdom. Yeah, that was. We were actually just left, I think.
Yeah,
Animal Kingdom at that point.
Wait, no.
We just left a park.
I think we left Magic. We were riding Tiana's.
It was the first day of Tiana.
Oh, Tiana's, yes.
Yes, we were riding Tiana's that first day. We got the
preview
queue for it.
Yeah, that's when we learned about the Mickeys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was that was the first day. So I always remember that. It's like, oh hey, it's funny. Jessica and I connected in a Facebook group for YouTube content creators.
Yes.
And that's we had a love for Disney, and so she just showed up in the chat, and I was like, hey, we need to have you on the show. So here we are.
Yes. I'm forever grateful. That was just so amazing. And we've just been just ripping and raving about you guys so much. And we're like, oh my gosh, we were so nervous today, but we were like, this is amazing. This is amazing. And it was a good nervous,
Yeah.
And everything.
Definitely nerve-wracking. Because usually when we're live, we're facing outwards. We're not facing inward. So.
Sure.
So
I remember it was Magic Kingdom because I remember walking to my car after the live stream and you were telling me about them.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? I think that was the night fireworks started going off, and I'm like, Lawrence, what am I watching right now?
Oh.
And it was like a private party, right?
Yeah, it was at midnight, private party.
Yeah.
So again, I put their link in the chat. I did see you have picked up 19 subscribers tonight. So
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
We
thank
oh my
you.
goodness. That's
That's
so
crazy.
insane.
That's great.
thank you to everybody in chat for supporting these young ladies as creators. They're doing some amazing stuff, so make sure to check them out.
Oh my goodness.
Question is, did the DIZPod channel get less subscribers?
I haven't
than-
I've been
Let's hope not.
looking at theirs. I haven't even looked at ours.
It just
But
means it lives more on LID for now. That's all.
yeah. So again, yes, if you haven't subscribed to the DIZPod channel, we've only picked up one tonight, but a lot of our people that are
See
already
that?
here,
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
already subscribed. So make sure to subscribe to Keeping It Thrills, and thank you, Kimberly, for putting the link in the chat for the DIZPod as we try to grow that channel. Corey, I'll give you the final word, I guess.
The final word. One more time, thank you, ladies, for joining us. And if you ever see us in the parks, do not hesitate to come over and say hello. No one's ever bothering us. We love to meet everyone that that wants to meet us, I guess you could say, or watches the channel, listens to the channel. It still means the world to us, even after 1,500 videos. We're still humbled by it, and it really means as much to us as it does to whoever that comes over and wants to say hello and all that. And just keep doing it. Make sure that you are always having fun. If you are not having fun at any point, don't give up. Just step back and say, what is making me frustrated right now? How can I correct it? And I think that's good advice to help you move on and continue. It's certainly a marathon and not a sprint. And just love doing what you're doing, and just over time, things will fall where they should.
Absolutely.
Thank
We are living by that and staying true to that. So thank you so much for the encouragement. We're going to keep going. So,
Yeah. There are some days where we wake up and we're like, nope, we don't want to do it today. And it's okay. We're just like, nope, not today. We'll try again tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
but you
probably a
did-
good choice, because you may not make good content that day because of it.
Yeah, whenever we feel bad or sick or whatever, we can tell in the quality, and we've got some videos that we haven't posted because of that. Just because we don't feel good about it, so we're scared other people won't feel good about it. But I did just want to let you know that we weren't subscribed to the DIZPods, but we just did, so now you got 2 subscribers.
Woo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
See it all.
We were with living in
Diz.
Yeah,
and
we were to there, but we
other-
were not to the DIZPod. So we just did that, and I also did it on my personal account. So you actually got
3.
3.
I appreciate
Awesome. I appreciate that.
So, Corey, when are you live again? Saturday?
We are live. Yes, we are live on Saturdays over at Magic Kingdom, and we'll close that baby out. I'm sure we'll be live from, anywhere from, it's hard to tell. We're trying to still feel out, get a rhythm for it. We have gone back to kind of what we did back in 2019, or maybe. We're putting a little more work into vlogging again. So we're doing 2 vlogs a week. So a lot of times to get that content, we're doing it before we live stream. So the streams have been a little bit later than we want them to, but we're trying to find that groove. So sometime between 3 and 4, I expect to be live at Magic Kingdom, and we'll be live till about midnight. So come join the party. I know you all will. We love you all. It means the world there along with us. But tomorrow night is our next vlog, and you're not going to believe the flavors that I put in my mouth at Salt and Straw the other night. So tune in to watch that and see what we actually tried and if we liked it, as well as picking out the newest things we could find around Disney Springs. So should be a fun vlog. And hey, girls, still trying to work that. I asked Lawrence. Lawrence and I chat a lot during the day about content and the channel and how we can make it better. And I feel like, Lawrence, I took a 2-week course on thumbnails and titles, and I know way more now than I did a month ago. So, and I sent you what the last few. I said I think I'm starting to get and hit a groove. So it's all about the titles. It's all about the thumbnails right now. And you guys keep doing it. You're doing original things. You got to separate yourself in this community, and that's the way to do it.
Yep. Yeah. When I brought up Guardians, I was searching for something, and I was like, it's not out there yet. Let's just do it.
Yes.
We've got so many more ideas like that. So I'm excited to see where it takes us.
For sure.
But yeah,
very much more coming in,
the future.
Yeah. And we are the exact same way, where we're filming something or actively filming something, and something comes to our mind, and we're kind of already like thinking of new ideas.
I think I did that to her during one of the live streams in Universal. I was like, I have an idea. Just hold on 1 second. Let me write this down, because it'll be gone forever.
Yes.
Yes. My best ideas for the channel and content, it's like lightning shoots through my head. Like I'm not even actively trying to think of things, and then it goes through right away. And usually I'm right on the phone like, Lawrence, I got the greatest idea. What do you think about this?
Yes.
So that's the way things come to me. And we have some things that we may be announcing down the line a little bit for the autumn of Diz. Could be better than the summer of Diz.
And Michelle put in there talking about Saturday. Well, so Saturday you're actually going to get 2 streams from us, because I'm going to be streaming live from the NC Disneyana event Saturday about noon, maybe a little bit earlier, and then I'll take you all the way through until Corey starts. So we'll have some of that event. It's pin trading. It's a lot of different merch, some collectibles. There'll be some sing-alongs and trivia and all sorts of stuff. So I'll take you through that as well. So you get a little pre-show before you get to the parks on Saturday.
That sounds great. And we'll be filming a vlog over at the Polynesian before we jump on probably the boat and get over to Magic Kingdom for our live stream. So that'll be great.
Yeah. All right, so there you have it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you have stuck with us, thank you very much. Hit the like button on the way out. If you are watching the rewatch, make sure to leave a comment. And don't forget to change your settings to as high quality as you can, as we should be in 4K next week. 2K this week. Next week should be 4K.
We're building it up. Maybe next week will be 3K.
3K, yeah.
And then next week will be 4.
So we are going to head out, but I'll leave you with the D23 wrap-up video that Disney put out to kind of give you a recap of everything from D23. And until next week, we'll see you all later.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
It is time.
Hello, Disney family.
Hello, D23.
This is a magical day.
The ultimate Disney fan event.
Welcome to the new Disney Experience Showcase. I've got a lot to share. D23.
A new nighttime parade.
The first Coco ride to a Disney park.
There's a famous house you may all recognize.
A major new Lion King attraction.
A whole new location on Pandora.
We're so excited to bring an Indiana Jones attraction to Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Will there be any snakes?
2 new Cars attractions.
Let's get her done.
For the first time, an audio animatronic figure of Walt.
It's Billy Crystal!
The first Monsters, Inc. land.
First suspended coaster ever in a Disney park. This isn't Blue Sky. We are going to do all of this.
We are doubling the size of Avengers Campus.
We're adding 4 more cruise ships to our fleet. We are building a villain's land at the Magic Kingdom.
Do you guys mind singing something with us?
Plain white tees, everyone. Jaboozy, Susan Egan. Rita Ora.
Are there any gamers in the house tonight?
Coming to Fortnite is Dr. Doom.
This is just the beginning.